Oh my goodness, look at this guy, dude. Look what TF Safari sent me. They are spoiling your boy. This is Vortex from Magic Square. It's the masterpiece version, and I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of the heli mode. I'm also going to give you a sneak peek of the arm mode as well before we get into the robot and the transformation and all of that. But yo, this is pretty clean, dude. It really, really is. There's a couple of areas where he does have gaps, and that's kind of like right here. And that's the same with the Legends class, but I mean, you don't really see it. And there's a couple of little things here and there, but it's so negligible. It really, really is, man. Dude, it's such a nice piece. The crazy thing is, I didn't really like the Legends version that much, but they've made some tweaks to it, and they've modified some of the engineering, and it's because they have more real estate to play with, you know? It's a nice bit. I do wish this kind of spun a little bit more freely. Initially, it's okay, and then it starts to wobble and it gets stuck. But still, man, it doesn't take away from the fact that this is a really, really pretty toy, dude. I love the alt mode, but let me show you the arm mode because that is pretty imposing. And after that, we will get into the bot mode and do the whole transformation, articulation, and all that good jazz, you know? But wowie, wowie. Let's get him into his arm mode. Okay, so here he is in his arm mode, and dude, he is flippin' Hudge. He's huge, huge. I mean, we already get a pretty decent sense of scale when he's in the bot mode and the helicopter mode, but dude, look at this. Here he is with Studio Series Prime, and obviously this is not a MP guy, but in terms of grabbing scale, because the Gestalts always become like 20-30% bigger in their combined form, I feel like this is right. I feel like this is right. And yeah, man, I'm just so excited to put these guys together. I have Vortex in hand, and excuse me, Blast Off in hand, and that'll be the next guy. But for the time being, yeah, that's a sneak peek for the ARM mode. Now let's progress into the bot mode, and I can show you all the engineering and transformation and articulation and all these other cool things. Yeah, so stick with me. Hey, really quick with the commercial break from our sponsor, TF Safari, tfsafari.com. Check them out for all of your mecha needs from first, second, third, fourth party. They also do upgrades as well. You're not going to find a lot of sites that cater to different tastes and needs. tfsafari.com. And if you do go there, utilize the codes that you see on the top right corner of the screen and save yourself a little bit of change, man. They are a very reliable vendor. They are out of China. They ship to you in about 2 weeks, super sturdy boxes. And yeah, tfsafari.com. Can't say enough nice things about them. And so thank you so much, TF Safari, for sponsoring this video. I know. This video is about Vortex, but dude, come on, dude. You got to appreciate the squad here. They look so good. They look so good, right? I mean, I wanted to wait until I got everybody. I mean, technically I do. I have Blast Off waiting in the wings right now, and I was going to wait until we're doing the Bruticus combined video, but just one more time. Look at that. Kudos to Magic Square, man. Great job in oversizing their Legends class and making the necessary improvements to make them masterpiece scale and masterpiece quality and worth the moniker, you know what I mean? Like, I love it. I absolutely love it, dude. I'm filled with so much joy when I can handle a proper toy. And conversely, or inversely, when you get a bad toy, like it ruins me. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about too. But yeah, a bad toy from a bad manufacturer will straight ruin my day. But these guys, they've made me really, really happy, man. Especially this dude, because I wasn't a huge fan of the Legends version of him. But this masterpiece scale, dude, is something else, man. It really, really is. They've done some changes to the leg where it doesn't flummox me anymore. It's actually, I don't know, dare I say intuitive, and really, really great stuff, dude. I love the fact that they've used this kind of sturdier plastic. I was never a fan of the vinyl stuff that they use. It's all bendy and stretchy and has this weird texture about it, but this, sorry for the noise outside. You guys know I live on a busy street, right? And I record these videos during different parts of the day, and so depending on when I'm recording, there's more or sometimes less noise, and so just forgive me for that, all right? But yeah, like I was saying, I love the new thick plastic that they're using. It's really, really nice. As far as being a parts former, I mean, these blasters you have to remove and readjust and and place them later on. And so if you want to call that parts forming, sure, but I think it's just, excuse me, accessory. Hold on for a second, I gotta clear my throat. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I got like a major frog in my throat just a second ago. I mean, granted, it is really early in the morning, and so my vocals probably haven't warmed up, but either way. Look at that, man. So much presence about him, right? And he does have a crunch here as well, and that kind of helps in the combined mode to allow the arm to kind of bend inward because the elbow hinge is actually on this side over here, and I'll show you that later when he gets into his arm mode. But I mean, overall, dude, he's an absolutely beautiful bot. Range of motion is impeded in certain areas. Like you can see over here, he can't get the full extension. There are just some things that are kind of in the way. Perhaps they could have done more with moving plates on the waist, perhaps. But I don't really see them. Like I don't think these are on hinges at all. They are separate pieces, but they don't. Yeah, see, that just kind of came off right now because I was fidgeting with it. There it goes. There's no real hinge there. And so while he can do the spinning on the waist and stuff like that, and he has good articulation here, not so much in the legs. Backward, yeah. Forward, not so much. Knees are okay. The legs do this kind of interesting thing where you can actually push them forward and push them back. And that's part of the transformation. It's ever so subtle, but it's kind of in there as well. But yeah, not the best articulation in the legs, but at the same time, doesn't bother me too much. The arms do have a double elbow on them, and you do have to be mindful about which one you bend when you are transforming him, because if you do it at the wrong one, you won't be able to open up this panel over here. And these blasters that I mentioned are tabbed securely, one here and also one here as well. The one in the hand, it could probably stand to be a little bit tighter. It's a tad bit shallow, but it's not really going anywhere, so that's fine. That's fine. Ankle pivot wise, he has a toe pivot over here for the sake of transformation, but this entire piece will kind of move down like that, so that's not bad. That's not bad in the least bit. I do like how the blades, the helicopter blades fold up. I think that's pretty nice. And this over here, you'll see later, but this is housing all of the back copter mechanisms and things like that. And so they've done a good job in terms of hiding that. And so, but yeah, man, he's a really, really pretty bot. I like him a lot. The head sculpt is great too. It screams Vortex. It really, really does. I mean, he has that pose. You know what? Let me try to get him in that pose. I think he's just like chilling like this, like the G1 pose. And if I've done my editing right, I will have the picture right here. One of the things I heard that they did is they've done this work over here. Oops, I forgot to bring this one down. This is to match the line art, and all of this over here, these subtle indentations and stuff, everything is done to match the line art, the cartoon version and stuff. And I keep saying and stuff, but it's done well. Overall, just a beautiful, beautiful, good-looking bot with decent articulation, great presence about him, a great alt mode and a great combined mode as well, which you saw at the beginning. But I can show you the engineering now, which I think is just extremely fun. Alrighty, so let's get him transformed. I love me a good toy. I mean, don't you? I mean, if you're watching this channel or you watch just kind of like Transformer reviews in general, I mean, you love good toys too, right? I mean, we all do, and or we all do collectively in this space, you know. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. The what is it? The grip is not too strong. The tab is kind of shallow, but you'll survive. I'll survive. We'll survive. And then these you untab right there, and then you untab here, and later that side tab is going to be used to tab in. Keep saying tab in, plug into the side of the helicopter. I try not to be redundant in stuff that I say, but dude, my bad for that noise outside. Forgive me. Yeah, I try not to be redundant because a lot of this stuff is kind of improvisation, but I find that I do repeat myself and stuff. But yeah, I'm only human. So this part over here, somebody got mad at me in one of the videos. They're like, "Yo, you say way too much," and I'm like, "Hey, sorry, bro. It's just how I talk, man." Like that. You're gonna bring this down, and then you're gonna spin this. It can only go one way because there's a little tab over here, and then so you'll spin that. It's cool that he has the outward what is it, wrist motion, right? And then you'll just bring that back up there. And so you want to make sure that you fold the elbow at the lower half, and then eventually you'll double hinge this up and it will tab in just like so. And then we can do it one more time over here. We'll just make sure that it's bent at the lower half, and then use the fist to kind of bring down that piece. And oops, sorry. And again, make sure that's all the way down so that you can get the clearance. Spin this around. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I think I. Hold up. I think I folded the fist the wrong way. I did. I spun it the wrong way. I think it's like that. There you go. Nice and secure in my door. And then you just fold that up, and there is a tabbing mechanism right there on the bottom of the forearm. And like that. Good to go, G.I. Joe. Rockin' right. That's it for now. We're going to move to the bottom of the helicopter. And in order to, or the bottom of the bot, excuse me, in order to kind of get some clearance, I found that it's helpful when I kind of like bend this. And then you may have to kind of bring this out for a little bit temporarily. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to start opening up some of these panels. For sake of my nails, I will, I'll try to use a spudger. Or not. Okay. So we opened up that one. And then we're going to open up. We're going to open up that one too, but there we go. Right? And then from here, we are going to open up this panel because this side is locking all of this in right now. Like that. Neat, right? And then from here, you can untab this bit and you can lift it up and you will fold that piece in and that will fold up like that. Now this piece you're going to bring out and then you're going to fold this in on itself, and this will actually tab in. You see that? There's a little slot right there. That will tab in. It's a pretty secure fit. Oh, you know what? One thing I forgot to do. Forgot to rock the leg back. Yeah, that's important. You got to rock that knee backward. Otherwise, things won't align properly. Like, you won't be able to plug that in and stuff like that, and you won't be able to push this up. So, almost forgot about that. Yeah, it's a pretty key part. I also forgot to fold this part up, too. This actually hides in robot mode, so you don't have this dingling thingy hanging down. But you do bring it out in alt mode because it will secure into that little T-space over there, right? The little dingling thingy. So we're going to get this, and we are going to spin the toe. And then we are going to, how do we do this? We're going to open this up like this, and this, we're going to dislodge this, because this will go backward. And by the way, you know, I've heard several people comment, they say like, hey, watching your videos makes me happy. I enjoy this, you know, it puts me in a good mood and good vibe. And hey, I just want to say thank you for that. That's nice to hear. I appreciate it. You know, I'm just kind of doing my thing. And if what I'm doing over here brings a smile to your face and helps you pass time throughout the day, awesome, man. I'm happy to be a part of it. So you see what I did over there, right? I folded that bit up, and you're going to fold this up. And don't worry about all this kind of like holes and stuff like that. It's going to be covered later on by this piece. And so that'll do that. And then you can bring this down, and then you'll fold this up, and you will fold that up so that it tucks in there nice and secure. Then you'll fold this down like that. Cool, huh? Everything just kind of folds out, and it's like the design language is so easy to understand. I don't know why in the Legends version I was so flummoxed. And then this will kind of fold out, and this will fold out to form the side of the helicopter. Yeah, it gave me so many problems in the Legends version. I really did not like this guy. And so this bit over here, you notice that there is a slider because you're going to have to maneuver that. And then you'll slide it into place later on. But you can see this all coming together like that, right? You want to see it one more time? You want me to do it on camera? Or I'll do it off camera. I'll save you the trouble. Okay, so I got both sides done. And what you want to do is the little dingling thingy, like I mentioned, you're going to make sure that that T space fits right in there. And you're going to do the same for the other side. And don't worry about the panels on the side. You can kind of adjust them later, but make sure that piece is secure like that, my dear. And these, where is it? There is a hook piece that actually goes in here, but you know what? It might be for the combine mode, so I'm not going to search for it right now. But yeah, you can hear all the cars, right? It's morning right now. I'm recording this before work. Whereas the first half of the video, or the first portion of the video, it was in the evening. So there weren't as many cars around. But yeah, you see me just kind of tabbing all of this in, right? And then we're going to make sure that we can compress this like that as far as possible. And then we can bring these up and tab them in together. Make sure it's all aligned properly. Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to do. Where's my spudger at? This bit, the front, the nose, you want to crack this open for a sec. Then you're going to grab his hand blaster and you're just going to remove the tip. And just going to slot that in there. And then he will close it up like that. Cool. Then from here, we can make sure it's slightly at an angle. I don't like that. Oh, I forgot to bring this up. Yeah, I did it for the other side, but this side, oh, I don't have the clearance. Don't want to bend the plastic, regardless of how durable it is. And then now, when this, when you close this up, these little tabs are present. I mean, they're all they're speckled all throughout the toy, and I have a deep appreciation for that because that allows everything to kind of like lock in place. It gives me a good sense of security, and that's one of the things that I don't know if it's just me, but I need some security like that. Like, it takes my stress away, basically. It lowers my mental stack. It allows me to focus on other things. I'm like, oh, okay, it's there. That's what it's supposed to do, and I can kind of breathe easy. All of these things are supposed to tap. Oh, okay. That was my voice about to say, like, all these things are supposed to tap in, but it's not going right, and start having a meltdown, but this one, for some reason, okay. Cool. I believe we're good. But some of this is like not quite sitting right, and I'm trying to ascertain why. Like that one went in. Okay, I guess that's it. Okay. Now the fun part. This piece. I mean, this whole thing is fun. But what you're going to do is you're going to lift that piece up from the front here. Then you're going to lift that back piece. Then you're going to fold this out. Then you're going to fold that entire piece out. And now in order to get to this, you're going to have to lift the shoulders. They lock in basically over here. And they do that. And that's kind of cool, man. And you can see everything, the tail of the helicopter, nice and compact over here. Really, really fun stuff. And you can start peeling it out. And this is kind of cool. Like, look at that mass compression. Nuts, right? Same thing for the other side as well. Just bring all of this out. And as you bring this out, there are going to be a couple of sections on double hinges and things like that. And so be mindful of that. This piece you want to bring out. This piece you want to close later on. The other piece, the corresponding part, you can keep open, but there's a dovetail tab, and so that's why dovetail tab. I think Chevy Man's the one who told me that's what it's called. I've heard other things before, trapezoid piece and like I don't know other stuff, but I think he's the one who told me. Shout out to Chevy Man. I think he's the one who told me dovetail, and I was like, oh, I like that. I was like, I think it fits. So cool. We straightened that out. We straightened this piece out over here. Then we have the tire, the wheel that we can kind of bring down. And we can adjust all of this later on. A key part is going to be, where is it? This little piece. That's going to plug in over here. Again, another dovetail mechanism. But before we do all of that, we need to make sure... So you can bring this up like this. We just need to make sure that everything is going to be aligned properly. That little hole over here is going to correspond with that square piece. As you can see, it kind of just did that right now. But here, maybe I won't close it up right now. As far as the arms go and the collar goes, this will fold up like so. The head, I think, does this. I got confused last time too. But I think it's just like that. It doesn't hang down like this. I know this part stays flat. Oh man, I practiced this on the video. I practiced this offline. But give me a moment. Okay, I didn't look at the instructions, but I think I got it. So you bring this piece up, you bring this piece in, and you see that little T space over there. You're going to have okay. So this, make sure everything's still tapped in properly. this is going to sit down and tab in there, but you don't want to push it all the way in because this top portion needs to also tab in there as well, so that we can start prepping this. We can bring this up for now, and this will also like lift up as well because this needs to sit over that. Okay, so let's keep that there for the time being, and let's start closing this up. We can, it's a little bit tricky just aligning stuff, but not like difficult tricky. It's just there's a lot of moving parts. That's one of my favorite phrases to say at work because we're involved with a lot of logistical stuff. And when I'm talking to my team, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving parts. I say it so frequently that they parrot it back to me. They're like, we know, a lot of moving parts. I was like, yeah, a lot of moving parts. So after this is in, you're going to bring this together because those tabs that you see on the inside, they will also lock in with the sides, with the tail part of the heli. Like that. But again, just, it's critical that this remains there. And then once that's in there, you can actually start bringing this down, but it's a little tricky, the alignment more than anything. And so back here on the tail, we will close this up. And once that's there, you can bring this down to lock that into place. You can bring this fist down, and then you can open the, what do you call this? The small propeller. I know there's a name for it. But yeah, make that into a cross shape and bring that tail up like that. And then this bit, you can have it hug that piece, the T-piece, and then you can squeeze these bits together. These parts will come down like that. And they will hide that little like gaping hole over there, which was also present on the Legends version. But right now it's important that we get all of this to line in. And there are tabs and slots, but you're kind of fishing blindly because it's hard to see it, you know? Let me just clean them up off camera. You know, I found that everything was kind of fitting so poorly. I was like, I probably didn't do something. And so I caught it. I opened up everything and I forgot to flip this up. And because I forgot to flip it up, that's what was causing things to kind of bulge out and for stuff to not sit in properly. So that is totally 1000% on me. And now we can compress that a little bit better. Because I was like, yeah, man. I was like, dude, I've like converted this thing like 6-7 times. And I don't know. It's always been haha. I know. My niece asked me about that. She was like, Uncle, do you know what 6-7 is? And I was like, yeah, I know what's that. She's like, anytime, because, you know, she recently migrated. Her family, they moved to the UK. And I don't know, the kids in the UK, I guess, are a little bit more hip on memes. And she was like, yeah, anytime the number 67 comes up, they're like, 6-7. She's like, you know that? I was like, yeah, I know that, sweetie. I was like, I run a YouTube channel where I play with toys. We have young folks on there. I know what's up with that. But okay, now everything closes up. So that, again, everything was totally 1000% on me, mea culpa. Now we can bring everything, and I'll just do it on camera this time because it should be technically a lot easier. We can start closing that up. We can start closing that up too, albeit ever so loosely. Aldous Huxley. I don't know why I said that. But it's a brave new world. Haha. You're like, shut up, dude. Because I do that, dude. I just have word associations and I can't stop talking, and I'll just be around my friends and I'll just say stuff. They'll be like, dude, shut up. Okay, I've closed that part up a little too hastily because I forgot to get it in there. So, see, everything's locking in like super tight now. I just need it to be on the outside just for a moment, friend. There we go. Now you can squeeze everything in. I shouldn't have squeezed all the back stuff in. And now we could bring that down. Now, all right, I'm still going to have trouble lining this up. I mean, I always do. It's just you can't see in there. There we go. And then for the wings, you just, excuse me, the rotors, just bring them out. So you can find an area of clearance, and you determine the vector. Here we go. That is his helicopter mode. Oh, you got to put in the little side blasters. Just grab these, and it's a pretty tight fit. And you just plug them in like that. Then you plug this one in like that. And there we go. I don't need to clear my mental stack just because I did a second ago, so why don't we talk about him? Beautiful, beautiful looking helicopter. Kind of looks like Blackout, right? I mean, this guy's the predecessor of our guy from the Bayverse movies. Pros and cons, I mean, it's not too panely for what it's worth, you know, because all the stuff is kind of hidden in here, and I think that's nice. There are some gaps, and I know some people are like, hey, Masterpiece Toys shouldn't have those types of things, but I don't know, man, it doesn't really bother me none. If it bothers you, that's fine, you know. To each their own. And so this is the part, this unsightly opening, that is covered by this. I wish they could have done a better job on that, but again, not the worst thing in the world. It's not like I'm peeking back here all the time, being like, oh my god, what's up with that atrocious hole? Yeah, not bad. I do wish these spun better. Initially, when you spin it, you'll get a good spin, and then it'll get caught from the wobble. Watch. You see that? Initially, there's good, but then once there's a good spin, but the momentum, once it slows down, oh, that wasn't that bad. But yeah, the wobble will make it hit this part. But overall, very cool. Very, very cool, man. I like it, and I think it's extremely clean. This probably could be closed up a little bit better. But I think it's extremely clean. Nice little tires, wheel action, and stuff like that. Sits down well enough. And it's totally Vortex, in my opinion. The best Masterpiece Vortex, perhaps, out there. Well, I take that back. MMC kind of has their thing, right? And it's very, very hard to top MMC. But for Magic Square, I think they've just done an excellent job on bringing this to life. And so, yeah, now that we've taken a look at this, let's get him into the arm mode. It's pretty easy. What it is you're just untabbing a lot of these things just because you need to flip this section over here. And after that, it's just tabbing everything back. But nonetheless, we'll walk through it together right now. And yeah, while I'm doing this, again, I just did want to express gratitude to you guys for continuing to watch and support the channel. I thank you so much for that, especially if you watch this late into the videos. And why can I not get that side? Why can I not get that open right now? So I appreciate all of you who watch the shorts, who watch the long form videos, who watch everything, who consume all the pieces of content that I put out. Thank you so very much. And, oh, you know what? I didn't have to open this all the way. Just enough so that I could dislodge this part over here. So in order to dislodge this, we have to bring this up. And big shout out and gratitude to my sponsors, TF Safari, for being so kind to send this to me for review. I got around to this kind of late, actually, as with some of my reviews, just because work has been knucking futs, dude. It's been crazy wazy. But yeah, they've been super understanding, as they always are. You know, they're great folks over there, man. I can't say enough good things about TF Safari. Okay, cool. And so we're going to open all of this up. And again, I just need to access this. But because everything is dependent on everything else being tabbed in, that's why we're going out of our way right now to undo everything. But it's really, you just got to kind of open that piece up. Cool. And then from there, we're going to lift. Oh, you know what? We got to undo. We got to undo these side bits too. So yeah, Spudger is going to be your friend. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your nails. Just be mindful of that. So, okay, bring this. You don't want this to be untabbed. Mine just kind of came untabbed accidentally. You're going to bring this up, and you're going to bring everything forward. Like so. I think that's it. Yeah, and you're going to keep these down. And this, you do want to untab. That's right, that's right. You're going to bring that down. That's right, that's right. As I talk to myself, like, yeah, that's right, that's right. And then we're going to do that, okay? Now we're going to grab this fist. This fist does come with blast off. I have him waiting in the wings. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tab this into the front of the helicopter. Right in there. And you're going to make sure that you're going to line it up so that this contour will sit like that. But yeah, man, you want to make sure that everything is fully tabbed in. Otherwise, these will also not tab in. Cool. From there, you can bring that down. Make sure everything is sitting in securely like that. Then you're going to use this to close everything up. And everything will kind of snap in place. There are several points of locking. Cool. Fingers are done well, by the way, dude. They got this kind of like eerie skeletal vibe about them. Like you can see the contour of the tip on the index finger. That's really cool. Same thing for the thumb as well, right? And you can see where he can grip stuff over here. And well done. Well done. Nicely articulated. And then from here, yeah, you're just kind of closing stuff up again, actually. How do we do this? Like that. And like that. And like that. And squeeze. You could bring these closer together. You could bring that down. In some of the configurations, I've seen it where the tail has been kind of folded down, but in the official instructions, they just have it like that. There is a inward bend over here because of the robot's ab crunch, but the true elbow bend is, oh, it's always kind of scary to undo that because it's a pretty tight ratchet. You bring that out, and I think he can do one more. Maybe not. I swear he could have done one more. Oh, there we go. There we go. And that's the arm mode. Wild, right? Absolutely wild. Really well done by these cats. Magic Square. I implore you, you know what? Stop working on Legend stuff. I know I know a lot of people like their Legend stuff, but I don't know, man. I think they're better at this, what they're doing here. Because personally, I don't think anybody can compete with New Age. I'm a big New Age fan at the Legend scale. And so I think Masterpiece is kind of where it's at for these guys. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, in terms of how it connects, this piece over here will lift up, and you just bring this down, and then you will slide it into that section over there. And he is a parts former, and so that chest piece, the shoulder bits where he plugs into, it will be an extraneous piece, and I'll show you that when we do the Bruticus video. But yeah, man, not too bad, right? Not too shabby, Gabby. And so for me, for you, for Magic Square, and for TF Safari, this has been the review for their Vortex. I hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed putting this together for you. I thoroughly enjoy this toy. And so being able to kind of transform him and kind of like share my delight with you, it's been a great experience for me. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here. And I will talk to you next time, okay? Bye, 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 bye.